Okay, it's time. My name is Matt Profazer. This is my 1974 F-250. Originally it had a 350 in it, and when I was a teenager, my dad and my uncle and I was useless, I'm sure. We put a 390 big block in it, 390 FE. Runs like a dream, really good running truck. As you can see, not the prettiest. As far as dents and stuff goes, pretty minimal body work, except for, if anybody knows these trucks, you know where the rust is. This is gonna be a full restoration, frame up. The idea with this truck, to make it quick, is my dad loved cherry red, or candy apple red. I liked kind of more like a red purple color. So I think I'm gonna settle with a black cherry paint job. That's more of like it looks dark in the shade, kind of red, and a lot of pearl in the sunlight, which I think would really look beautiful. Wheels and tires, I'm not really sure what wheels and tires we're gonna go with. I might even just paint these. It's gotta look pretty much the same as it does, just like it's brand new. That's really important to me. We're gonna do the inside. I've got a surprise for you, an idea that I've had for several years at this point for the inside, and I'll show you guys that when it comes time. Little story on the truck. My uncle bought it brand new in '74. My grandpa then bought it from him, who then sold it to my dad, and my dad has had it my entire life. I've been in love with this truck since I could even recognize it, and I am so excited to now have the time and the resources and a little bit of know-how, and hopefully we can get this done right. Really grateful that my dad did not give me free reign over it when I was a teenager or even in my early 20s. I think that it would have become a different truck, more like Pit My Ride or something, because that's what I was into back then. But now I see the value in just keeping it beautiful, the same as it is. And for me, having what I think my dad would have in mind for it if he was the one here doing it. I speak like my dad's passed away. He's definitely not. He's well and kicking. But I'm just really grateful to be able to have this. And this is going to be a journey. I don't know everything. I'm going to try to learn along the way. If anybody comes across these videos and has any input or suggestions, I'm open to it. I really don't claim to know what to do the entire way. Inside's going to stay pretty well stock. I don't even know if we're going to do a modern stereo. And if we do, it'll be one of those that still look like the era, but are, you can hook Bluetooth to them or whatever. No big stereo system, probably just something functional and simple. We're gonna keep the manual. It's got a 4-speed manual in it. Don't totally love the gearing. I might try to figure out how to change that. It really maxes out at about 70 miles an hour, and I'd love to bump that up at least a little bit so it's a little bit more drivable, road friendly. Not a YouTuber, don't know how to edit, gonna learn along the way. Really all this is so that I can remember, so that my kids can see it, and maybe some of my family members that if they're interested. So what we're going to do next here is actually run my hand along the bodywork, and I have a marker where I'm marking each one of the dents, trying to figure out all the places that I need to do bodywork, marking all the rust, just making sure that I see every little spot so that I'm able to take care of it and not miss it, especially when we start sanding things down. I'm using that flashlight just to see any imperfections, and you can tell by the way the light reflects. Right here, we're just going through with a hammer and a piece of wood and just kind of beating out those dents in the wheel wells, getting it into a rough shape. I'm actually going to do a bed liner in this bed when it's finished. So right now what you get to do is watch me struggle taking these bumper nuts and bolts off. They were pretty rusted on there. I cranked on it for a bit with my ratchet, and then eventually switched over to using an impact gun that I actually inherited from my uncle when he passed away. Okay, now that we've got the bumper off, the exhaust cut off, the lights unplugged, we're going to unbolt the bed and hopefully get it to where I can lift it off. Normally, these bumper nuts and bolts are a huge pain to take off and they're super rusted. But when I got going, they were all greased and easy to pull off. And it must have been from when my dad replaced the fuel tank on the truck a couple years ago. He didn't over tighten them and they left them greased for me as well. So it was nice and easy to take them out. Okay, I think I'm about ready to pull the bed off and put it on that wood cart. Hopefully it holds up. I'm gonna pull the truck forward and try to shimmy it back. I guess we'll find out if anything else is hooked to it. After looking at it for a minute, I realized I wasn't going to be able to pull that bed back and over those tires without doing damage to the bed sides themselves. So I just popped it up on the jack, pulled these wheels off pretty quickly, and that did free it up to be able to pull back and push up onto that cart. You can see that I really need another set of hands. Thankfully, I did have that jack so I could lift it up and lower it down and get it to the point where I could slide it right up onto that wooden cart. Here's the first look at what we're dealing with. So this is a brand new gas tank my dad just put in a couple years ago, but we'll probably replace this hose here. This always had a little bit of a problem overflowing, and it might have been the breather too on, I'm not really sure. But first look at the rust. It is rusty, no question. But it's not so deep, like this is just that undercoating on there. It's not like rusted through in any place, which is a little bit surprising. I've seen worse on these. So I'm really excited to pull this out, get it pressure washed. I'm leaning towards pulling the cab off and doing it in one shot. Now I'll just get the wheels back on the truck and get her down on all fours. Thanks for watching. I'll keep posting more videos as I make progress on this pickup. And like I said, if you see or have any suggestions, please shoot them off to me. I'm open.